Welcome back to Beyond the Game. And if this is your first time tuning in to the world's most dangerous sports show, y'all already know who it is and what it is. It's your host, Nephew Q on the mic. And I got in the building with me. We just a two-man team. We LeBron and AD in this joint today right now. But we 2020 LeBron and AD. We ain't the LeBron and AD right now.
Well, ain't nothing wrong with LeBron and AD right now.
You seen the Lakers?
No.
Oh, okay. My bad. Okay, ain't nothing wrong with LeBron and AD.
LeBron and AD, they still scoring 50-something points a game.
We got Robert Williams.
Huh?
We got Robert Williams in the trade.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, we did from Portland.
When?
Was it yesterday? Yeah.
No.
Yeah, look it up. We got Robert Williams in the trade from Portland.
That lets you know how much attention I've been paying.
Absolutely not.
We ain't got no trade. No, it didn't.
Yeah.
No.
We got a big man now. Number one seed, here we come.
You think I wouldn't know that?
Number one seed, here we come, Chuck.
Hey, I would know that my phone would ring.
I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
We shooting up to the top.
Yeah.
But anyways, man, let's get into today's topics, man. We want to talk about some of the things that's been going on right now. I mean, you got the NFL Christmas Days games about to kick off next week. You got the Heisman that went off last week that got a lot of people in their feelings. A lot of people thought that Travis Hunter didn't deserve the Heisman, Chuck. They thought Chris Genty was more deserving of Travis Hunter. So what's your thoughts on the whole Heisman? And did Travis Hunter deserve to win it?
Well, I said it last week. What did I say? I said I didn't think Travis Hunter was going to win it. But it wasn't because of his accolades. It was because of Deion, because they don't like Deion.
Right.
That's why I thought that he wouldn't win it.
And he messed around again. I was looking at the voting. Let's see. He got the most first place votes. He got 2,000 votes. He barely beat Genty. He had 2,231 first place total votes. Genty had 2,017 total votes. So
yeah, but here's the funny part about it. But Genty, he won the popular vote.
Is that like the election?
No, seriously.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
He won the popular vote. Now, if that's supposed to mean something, to him or to whomever.
Nope, nothing.
But when you listen to his soundbite, he said he deserved it.
As he should.
He said he deserved it. He should have won all the hard work.
No, don't say it. Give it to me straight, Chuck.
I mean, I guess I just look at it one or two ways. I mean, if you just look at it from a football perspective, I mean, Genty did what he's supposed to do. I mean,
but the knock on him is everybody said he did it in a weak conference.
He did.
So that's why
I said the same thing.
Yeah.
He did. He has. I mean, listen, he's out there. What conference is it in? The Big West. Whatever it is.
Yeah. Mountain West, Big West, something like that.
I mean, they playing North Dakota,
BYU.
Yeah. I mean, they're not. It's not to take away from anything or anybody in his true accolades.
Because he had a phenomenal season, but
people say that Travis Hunter and Colorado play in the weak conference too.
Right.
I disagree with that.
Okay.
Their conference is better than Boise State's.
Obviously, clearly.
No question.
Clearly. But my whole take is the thing, because to be honest, Chuck, I think you could have went either way for real. But my whole thing is that people who feel like Travis Hunter didn't deserve to win it, as if they was like, let's say Brock Vandagriff, UK's quarterback. Let's just say they gave it to him and people were like, Travis Hunter deserved it just as much as Chris Genty. It's just that Travis Hunter, I feel like, had a more phenomenal season because he did something that was unprecedented, which is, played total snaps, both sides of the ball. We have never seen anything like that in our lifetime. And probably never will see that again. Now, his stats weren't the best, but at the same time, people have to take into account he wasn't focused primarily on one side of the ball.
That's correct.
So if he was focused on just defense, maybe his defensive numbers would have been exponentially better.
Maybe.
If he was on just primarily offense, maybe his receptions, receiving yards, and touchdowns maybe it would have been a little bit better. And didn't he miss some games this season too?
I think he missed one or two.
1 or 2 games. So you got to take that into account as well. We've seen Genty. We've seen Ron Dane. We've seen Ricky Williams. We've seen Reggie Bush.
But have we? I mean, let me ask you a question. Other than probably maybe the championship game,
right?
Did you ever watch Genty?
No,
exactly.
Because he's not box office.
Yeah, you didn't watch him.
I mean, he was cool to watch, highlights and stats and things of that nature, but people watched Travis Hunter. He brought people to the table to see what he was doing. So it just baffles me that people say that he wasn't deserving. And yeah, Daniel, I'm talking about you if you listening right now. I'm taking shots at you, Daniel, because he was making it seem like the committee got it wrong by picking Travis Hunter over Genty as if Travis Hunter had a horrible season just because his stats wasn't comparable to Genty.
Well, I think it just comes down when you think about all the voters. I mean, a lot of people, when you think about Travis Hunter, I mean, he's playing both sides of the football. I mean, and he's not missing a damn.
And he's not missing a damn.
You know, so I mean, that's,
you know how much stamina that takes,
I mean,
bro?
it's unprecedented, right? I mean, so not to take away from anything that, you know, Travis Hunter has done. I mean, he's done something that probably Charles Woodson was the last person who did it, maybe?
I'm trying to think.
It could have been someone else. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Now, as far as playing both sides of the ball, yes. But as far as how he did it, no. No.
He's the only one.
Yeah, both sides of the ball, but yeah.
You know, so I mean, I think it could have went either way. But I just think it's, you know, you as an individual, me as an individual, and you get your vote. You know, what do you think is more impressive? I mean, that's what it comes down to.
Because the major awards, whether you're looking at college or professional, is basically being quarterback awards. Any major award is now a quarterback award.
Sure.
So for me, I felt like in order for the Heisman to go to somebody else, that person had to do something that was unprecedented and transcendent of what he was doing. And no, not to take away anything from Genty, it's like, yeah, you had a great season as a running back, but we ain't seen this before. So if we can't give it to a quarterback, we got to give it to somebody that's doing something we ain't never seen before.
Well, but there hasn't been this year, in terms of quarterbacks, there hasn't been a dominant quarterback.
I mean,
college football.
Well, I don't even know why Shador didn't even get invited, but I mean, that's neither here nor there.
I mean, you know, and I thought that was kind of weird too, right? I mean, was it that you didn't want to put two dudes on the stage? I mean, from the same team there? I mean, Shador put up numbers.
He did. So who was the other? Daniel Gabriel from Oregon and Cam Ward from Miami. Now, both had good seasons or great seasons, but to me, I feel like Shador's season was better than, Gabriel from Oregon. And you can make a case for Cam Ward and Shador's seasons. You know, you can make a case for those two, but I feel like Shador should have been right there with Travis Hunter.
Now that would have been interesting. You know, to see how that would have went. Ooh. I mean, you know, because that would have been tough on either side.
Would it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, depending.
Okay. Yeah.
If I'm Deion, that's tough because that's my son.
That's my son, and that's yeah.
But it just, like I said, I don't put that type of credence into it. Really. I mean, Travis won. I mean, it was what it was. You know, if you look historically, I mean, you've had situations where you've had quarterbacks or other individuals that probably should have won the Heisman twice, and they didn't, you know, because politics and other things that go into it, right? I mean, it's almost, you know, just like the NFL MVP, right? Do you give it to the same person again? Like we're
gonna talk about that here soon. We're gonna talk about that in a minute.
Soon, right? So, I mean, for me, I was shocked that he won because I just didn't think that they would give it to him. But that was just because I didn't think they would give it to him because of Deion, which to me is a bigger conversation because it's like, why would me? Because I'm sure I'm not the only person that feels that way.
Nah.
Right. But so to me, it's like that's a bigger conversation. Why would people feel that this man Deion has nothing to do with what this young man does on the football field.
Right. So
why would the potentially the dislike for Deion have some type of effect in the kid getting the Heisman? So I think that's a bigger conversation, but it's real though.
I can't get to you, so I can make an example out of you by getting to him.
Yeah. Now, if he would not have won it, do you think that you would have more conversation out here about why he did not win it, and was it because of Deion?
I think the conversation would have been had, but I think it would have been a minority rumble about it because I think that if Travis Hunter didn't win it, I don't think because of Deion would have been as big of a conversation unless Deion brought it to the forefront.
I think he would have.
So if Deion brings it to the forefront and said something or took little shots or something like that, then it would have been a story. But I think if he wouldn't have said anything, I don't think nobody really would have said too much about it besides beyond the game. Besides us.
Well, let me be real petty about it too.
Go ahead.
Now when you think about they brought back EA Sports college football.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Who was on the cover?
It was Shador, the kid from Texas, and it was Shador, Travis, and the kid from Texas.
Uri.
Yeah.
So, I mean, now you got a dude that's on the cover of Madden that's a finalist for the Heisman.
Right.
And unless there's another guy on the other side that just has just this amazing season, like, you know, let's just say, you know, what's his name from Boise State? Let's say he goes out, Jensen. Yeah, let's say he goes out and he breaks a college rushing record,
right,
and stuff like that. That's a different conversation. You're probably going to give it to him and stuff like that. But I do. I mean, I truly think that because of the conference that he played, and I think that plays a role, and I think that impacted the voting, because nothing against him. If you picked him up and put him in, you know, any of these,
let's say Big Ten.
Nah, he's not running like that.
Okay, so where you?
I mean, he's going to get no. Let me make sure I say that correctly. He's going to get his yards. He's going to score his touchdowns. Now, am I saying that he would have had as good of a season in the Big Ten versus, you know, a Big West or whatever it is? Again, if we're taking Boise State and picking Boise State up and putting them in the Big Ten, then no, I don't think so. Now, if you take him and put him on one of those teams, you know, in the Big Ten, that's a different conversation.
So what you're basically saying, but then at the same time, so then how can we moving forward if a player has the same type of season for the next year? Let's take BYU. I'll just use them for example. Let's say their quarterback comes out, throws for 4,500 yards, 38 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Then are we still going to say, well, look at what conference he played in? Are we now not going to reward individuals who have great seasons but have great seasons in a lower conference now? It's all about the Power Five, and if you could do it there?
I think it will have an impact on the voting. I'm not saying that person could not win, because it's going to depend on who else is in the running.
Right.
But it does, I mean, yeah, could I say that dude does not win? Yeah. Because I think it does. I think when you play in a weak conference or you play a weak schedule, it has an impact on that, right? I mean, think about it, Q. They will affect the rankings of a team. The rankings of whether you make the playoffs based upon the schedule that you play.
Strength of schedule, right?
Right. The reason why Boise State gets a bye, do they get a bye because of the fact of the strength of their schedule, or do they get a bye because they won their conference?
Won the conference.
They won the conference. If they had not won the conference,
no.
Are they ranked that high?
Nope.
No, they're not.
If they didn't win their let's say they losing the national. Oh, what if they lose in the conference championship? What if they go undefeated through the regular season and lose in the conference championship?
I mean, I still think they probably get in.
Okay.
I mean, if they go undefeated and they just lose, they get in.
Okay.
I mean, but again, what does that ranking look like? I mean, you got a 12-team playoff, right? Right now, they're top 4.
Right.
They lose the conference championship, what are they, 10, 11, 12?
12.
Whatever. Because there's a very good chance that even though they have the bye, when they play their first game, they're going to lose. And so so think about this for a second. So if they go out and they got the bye, and then they go and play their first game, and they get blown off the map. Say they get blown out like Notre Dame got blown out by Alabama,
right,
a few years ago, right? What are people gonna say?
They shouldn't have been there,
right? So when he's got that game, when they play that game, and Genty don't put up numbers, what are people gonna say?
He told you he didn't deserve.
That's what they're gonna say. Right? But you take a guy like Travis Hunter and you put him in one of these games, he's going to do what he does.
He does, right. Either way, either side, he's going
to do what he does. I mean, it's you take Travis Hunter and you put him on whatever team you put him on and allow him to play both ways. Whether these teams are winning or losing, does Travis Hunter still do the things that he does? As long as he's got a decent quarterback to throw him the football.
Right.
Does he do what?
Yeah. As long as you got somebody competent back there. Yeah.
Now you take Genty and you put him on a team that doesn't have a strong line, or let's say they do, but you know they're going up against better competition. Like let's say
Boise State and Ohio State.
Let's take Texas versus Georgia.
Right.
And you saw that game.
Right.
Now both of those teams have a great offensive line.
Right.
Right. but neither one of those running backs dominated
because of the defensive line.
because of the defensive line,
Right.
right? Do you have, again, Georgia and Texas are the higher echelon,
Right.
But do you have a Tennessee? Do you have, whoever's in Alabama, an Ole Miss, whatever? Do you have those guys in the Big West?
No.
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 Now again, not to take anything away from Genty, I'm just bringing out points. At the end of the day, Hunter's going to do what Hunter does, regardless of where he is.
Mm-hmm.
He plays both sides. Defensively, he's going to do what he does. It doesn't matter.
Right.
Doesn't matter. Offensively, all he needs is someone that can throw him the football.
And that's it.
And any of these teams that have quarterbacks that can throw him the football, right? But again, he also needs other things too, because if he doesn't have other offensive guys that can help him get single coverage or other things, it kind of changes the dynamic. It's not just putting him on the team, but defensively, it is putting him on the team because it doesn't matter what team he's on.
Right.
He's going to do what he does defensively.
So basically, what I just gathered before we go to commercial break, what Chuck just told me is Chris Genty is a product of the system.
I think I'm not going to say he's a product of the system. I'm going to say he's a product of his conference.
Also, do you think he put up those type of yards because he didn't have a good quarterback, so they had no choice but to force feed him the football?
And I can't speak on that because just like you, I
Never really watched. I wonder if that was the case too. Is if the offense said, "Look, we're gonna build this offense around him. Our quarterback's not that good. You just manage the game. We're gonna give him 25 carries, 30 touches total, and then let the chips fall where they may."
I think Boise State, that's what they did. They ran the football.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I don't know if they did it because he was just this good and we got this great player, or it's just that our quarterback's not that good, so we got to rely on this guy no matter what.
I do remember years and years ago when we had conversations about the Heisman and things like that. Here's the one thing that's very consistent, that when there are teams or there are potential Heisman candidates that play out west, especially in the Big West and things like that, the feedback that you would always get from media and voting people is that they never watch these individuals because
East Coast bias because of the game,
because of the
games and times.
I mean,
and all that,
they're playing. They're playing 7 o'clock. If they play a 7 o'clock game, their time, it's 10 o'clock our time.
We in the bed.
Some people ain't watching that.
No, a lot of people ain't watching that.
Right? So they're not getting that type of coverage either. So the only thing that you see is the next day, Genty ran for 250 yards and 4 touchdowns. Oh, man, that's great. Let me go back and take a look. So I think that, whereas you got Travis Hunter, you got Deion, you got Primetime, ABC.
They always on national TV. They always on national
TV. ESPN, ABC,
right.
All that. They're playing the big games. Tell me when you saw Boise State playing the big game.
Ooh, I can't.
That was broadcast.
It should be. I'm trying to think. I didn't see him on TV.
So my point is, I think all of that has an impact on people seeing them and ultimately those individuals that are voting, because that's what it comes from. It ain't because of some pie in the sky theory. These are individuals that are voting for this gentleman to win the Heisman, and they voted for Travis over Genty. Right, wrong, or indifferent.
Right, wrong, or indifferent. But we're going to take a quick commercial break. I seen that the phone lines are not open. I'm about to open up the phone lines and see what's going on with them. When we come back, we'll get on this J.Allen and Lamar Jackson MVP race. Is it a 2-man race, or should we open it up? And if it is a 2-man race, we got 3 games left. Who you got going down the line? But anyways, when we come back on Beyond the Game on WLXU 93.9 FM. There we go. I thought you said so.
Nah, I ain't said nothing.
Phone lines is open. My bad. I didn't know what was going on. And I got you call on the line. Just stay with me one time.
go places safely, Lexington. Are you in the right lane? Should you be? On roads with two lanes going the same direction, the right-hand lane should be used for driving, and the left should be used for passing. Vehicles who use the left lane for driving interfere with the natural flow of traffic and create backups. On roads with multiple lanes going the same direction, the same rules apply. The far left lane should only be used for passing, and slowest moving traffic, including large loads, should use the far right lane. Hi, I'm Bev from Toyota, reminding you to be mindful of your lane when driving and passing.
Welcome back to Beyond the Game on WLXU 93.9 FM. We was talking a little Heisman and who deserved to win it. I think we still got a caller on the line. Caller, what's your name, man?
Man, you know, all Loserville numbers are blocked this week, bro.
We got Goo on the line. Goo, get it off your chest. First of all, congratulations to UK with that win over Louisville. Not like UK.
Who did they play?
UK, they played that team down the street.
Yeah. Who did we play, bro?
I'm serious.
They played Louisville.
Like who in their right mind thought that Louisville gonna win that game?
People in the 502 area code.
That don't even make no logical sense.
Hey, I'm just telling you what the people in the 502 were saying, man.
They know they ain't gonna win.
they thought Louisville had a chance. So you saying there's a chance. Goo, talk about the UK Louisville game and then give me your thoughts on the Heisman winner.
I just need all these Calipari boys to just go on and pack their bags, man. I'm tired of them crying every week. We pull off a win, with this new coach out here doing his thing, man. Let's get on the train or kick rocks.
What'd you say? You tired of them complaining? Either go there now with Calipari or kick rocks. What'd you say, Goo?
Yeah, man, they need to go and pack their bags, man. They go on with them 5-star recruits and sit home and march and watch us dance. You feel me?
Well, I mean, Arkansas going to come in here and get smacked, too.
They waiting on it.
They terrible.
They waiting on it.
I mean, Illinois smacked them.
Hey, Goo, what you going to do when Coach Cal come up here for that game and y'all beat them by 15?
Oh, man, I'm going to try to get some scalpers to give me a better price on them tickets is what I'm going to do, man. Good Lord.
That ain't gonna even be no game.
It ain't gonna be no game contest. Goo, give me your thoughts on the Heisman. Did Travis Hunter deserve to win the Heisman, or should they have given it to Genty?
He was definitely something that broke the mold, and he did it well. I think he earned it. Being, me personally, I think what he did is really, really one of the most difficult jobs to do because, you learning both sides of the ball, you training for both sides of the ball. And in my opinion, they kind of stat-padded little buddy over in Boise State because, good Lord, could you imagine what Reggie Bush would have did with them amount of carries, homie?
Yeah, that's a good point, too. That's a good point. Go ahead, Goo.
I just see things like that, man, and like Derrick Henry said in that podcast, it's kind of crazy the amount of carries he used to have in high school and college. They just running these boys into the ground, and that's okay. They produce well, but honestly, if he had the same amount of carries that certain Heisman winners won, what would his numbers be? You know what I mean?
No, I got you. And we talked about that before you called. Like, what if Travis Hunter just focused on one side of the ball? Let's say Travis Hunter only was on the offensive side of the ball. His numbers would be way better than what they are and probably be way better than what Genty's numbers are. But he had to play both sides of the ball, so you're going to take a little bit of a hit on both sides because you're using so much energy. You can't use all your energy on one side of the ball to do everything like you would on both sides.
And I'm not going to lie, man. We seen that boy do some things that just, man, that one catch when he was falling to the ground and still reached back and caught that, bruh. Like, that's a dog right there. We got to reward our dogs, man. You know what I'm saying? And he was a dog.
That's a good point. And Chuck brought that up, too. Like, Travis Hunter also had moments during the season. Mm-hmm. Chris Genty, I mean, he had a great season, but what moment from Genty stands out that was like, man, that was a dope run right there? Genty really doesn't do anything that stands out. He had a great season, but he didn't have no great moments.
That's where them carries come in, bro. You can't go wrong with 388 carries. Good Lord. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think the other side, too, when you think about Travis Hunter, the mere fact that he was on both sides of the ball, mm-hmm. If you think just defensively, there was I don't recall, and I could be wrong, but I do not recall a game mm-hmm. that any receiver ate Travis Hunter up.
I don't recall a game that nobody – I really don't recall anybody having over 50, 60 yards against him, to be quite honest.
So when you really, truly think about what he actually achieved, there's something major and to be able to do that.
And before I let Goo go, to piggyback off his point, I didn't even think about it as far as leading up to the game, you're in the offensive meeting rooms, you're in the defensive meeting rooms, you're on the offensive practice field, you're on the defensive practice field. How much energy you using just to get to that game? And then you have to remember all of these plays, all of these calls, all of these audibles. That's a lot for one guy, and he never missed a snap. I didn't even think about it like that until Goo just brought that point up.
Yeah.
So
and you know, they gave him, I think, what was it? So they play Saturday.
Right.
He's off Sunday. I think he was off Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
And then he come to practice Wednesday. Thursday.
And you got to hit
Friday.
That's crazy.
So think about all that. So they gave him extra time to rest his body to do the things that was necessary for him to be able to play both sides of the ball.
That's crazy.
More of a workload as a build-up to game days than a quarterback.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
no question.
He had a lot more to deal with, man. Goo, that's a good point. Goo, appreciate you for calling in. Can't wait to get you back in the studio, my guy.
Oh, my dog, I appreciate it, man. And trust me, I tell Reggie, man, next week he'll be off block and he can call in with that bull crap. I mean, this week we ain't hearing none of it.
He's about to call in right now, Goo. Holler at you, man.
Man, hang up on that boy.
Oh, man. But, Goo, yeah, that's a good point that I didn't even think about. Just leading up to the game, all of the preparation that he had to go through on the offense, had to learn what the playbook was, what we were running and implementing that. On the defense, what they was trying to implement and do both sides. That's crazy when you think about it.
You know what, though? Here's one thing I think that's pretty funny, though.
What's that?
So before, I mean, you saw a little different things, but nobody really talked too much about it, right? But
right.
Once Travis won that, why all of a sudden did, now they want to talk about his girlfriend and
all the other stuff coming out.
I'm just like, man, these people so petty, man. They are so petty.
Oh, man, we got another caller on the line. Caller, what's your name?
It's Jason Alexander, man. How y'all living?
Man, we're good. Jason Alexander from Jason Jules Podcast calling in to holler at us. Go ahead and tell us, what are your thoughts on the Heisman race? Who do you think should have won it?
Well, just to be honest, before the season even started, they had Travis Hunter at plus 2,500 on the odds on the FanDuel sportsbook. So I put $5 on there. So clearly my choice was Travis Hunter from the jump. Now, I will say this. I did cash out of that bad boy because the way the narrative went, I thought that they were going to try to give it to Genty, but Travis was at minus 4,000 on the odds. So, and they never changed. So I really wasn't surprised that he won, and I was glad to see that he won because we just ain't seen nobody that versatile in college football since the days of Deion Sanders. And Deion didn't even play both ways. So that lets you know Travis Hunter was that dog, and he definitely deserved the Heisman.
So what are your thoughts to the people who say that Chris Genty should have won it anyways over Travis Hunter?
To them, I say simply Vegas is never wrong. And if Vegas had Travis Hunter that big of a favorite to win the Heisman, then Genty never had a chance to win it. That's just the way it is, man. And that's just the way it is. He went to Boise State. A lot of the points that y'all made earlier, they're all on point. He went to a small school, played out west. If he'd have gone to the SEC, if he'd have gone to Georgia and put up them type of numbers, he wins the Heisman going away. But he was at Boise State. So that's never going to resonate the way it is at a place at a P5 school. And I think we all know that, for real.
Hey, Jason, go ahead, Chuck. You got a question? No. I got a question for you. Now, I asked Chuck this question earlier. So then, are we not going to reward kids who have great seasons in these lower level type? Not to say Boise State is a lower level type of school, but you know what I mean. Are we not gonna reward these guys for having great seasons and say, well, you didn't do it in the Power 5, so we really can't give you the Heisman?
I mean, right or wrong, that's just the way it's always been. I mean, look at Randy Moss. He played at Marshall. He was a Heisman Trophy finalist. At the end of the day, we know he probably should have won that award, but we knew he wasn't going to win that award because he went to Marshall, and he was beating up on EKU and Western and all them types of schools. So we all know that them small schools are never going to get the respect that the P5 schools are going to get, and that's just the way it is. Like I said, right or wrong, that's just how it is.
Well, one more question before I get you out of here, Jason. We was just getting ready to talk about the NFL MVP race between Lamar Jackson and wait a minute. Can I get you on the line? We got to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, can we finish up with this Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen MVP race?
Absolutely. I'll be right here.
All right, so hang with us, hang tight. We're going to take a quick commercial break here on Beyond the Game on WLXU 93.9 FM. When we come back, we will get Chuck's take on the MVP race. He got Josh Allen winning it. I already know where Jason's going with it when we come back on Beyond the Game.
And I forgot the Heisman was even on.
That's because they did a poor job of promoting it.
And then I looked up and I said, he actually won.
They said he didn't even believe it.
No, I did not believe it.
He didn't even believe it.
I did not believe it. I did not. I just, the hatred for that dude is
That's unbelievable. I know it. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's different level, man. It's different level.
He took one game, 2 games. Now they 9-3, going to a bowl game. Heisman Trophy. Should have had 2 Heisman finalists, but got a Heisman winner. My question is though, what's he gonna do once they leave though? Because you know that's gonna be the narrative now. Oh, he ain't got Shador, he ain't got.
Well, he just got a quarterback. He just got Liberty's quarterback. He just got a defensive.
I know he got the
tackle
number
from
1
Alabama.
quarterback coming from high school coming in too.
Yeah, so he got those 2. Then he got a defensive. He got the defensive tackle from Alabama. So he's gonna get deported. Listen,
I know. We gonna get to it, Chuck. We gonna get to it, Chuck. I know it's crazy.
I saw that one narrative. I said, you know what? I am done.
It's crazy. Welcome back to Beyond the Game on WLXU 93.9 FM. Switching transition from college football to NFL, we want to talk about the two-man Heisman race, which what it really looks like. It looks like it's Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen's MVP to win. I still got caller Jason Alexander from Jason Jules on the phone. Jason Jules podcast on the line. Jason, give me your thoughts on this controversial MVP race that we have going on right now.
All right, well, let me be clear from the jump.
All right, go ahead. Clear as water. Go ahead, clear it up.
Josh Allen absolutely deserves to be MVP, and I have no beef or no problem with Josh Allen winning the MVP. Same as Travis Hunter, Josh Allen is at minus 900 to win the MVP right now. And if you don't gamble, those odds are crazy. Now, it's not as crazy as Travis Hunter being minus 4,000, but minus 900 is a lot. So that tells me that Josh Allen is pretty much on his way to winning the MVP. My only beef with the conversation is that a lot of people in the media are saying that it's over and get rid of it. If you ain't voting for Josh, you're crazy, this, that, and the other. That's fine and dandy, but we can't just ignore what Lamar Jackson is doing. All Lamar has to do this year is win in the playoffs, win the Super Bowl, and nobody's ever going to be able to say anything about Lamar ever again. To be quite honest, I don't even care about the MVP. I want that defense to get shored up. I want Justin Tucker to remember how to kick, and I want to see the Ravens win the Super Bowl so the haters can really be quiet, because until that happens, it doesn't matter what Lamar Jackson does. Folks are going to talk crazy about him, period. But, yes, congratulations to Josh Allen on his MVP. He finally got one, and I'm happy for him.
What did you say? You already giving it to him?
Oh, yeah, Josh Allen got it locked up, man. And unless he gets hurt, they play the Patriots twice and the Jets once, man. There ain't no way this man is going to lose the MVP between now and then unless he gets hurt.
So what you basically telling me, Jason, is you think Josh Allen is going to win it, but at the same time, you think Lamar Jackson's having a better season?
Absolutely. And head-to-head, he had Josh Allen on the bench with 10 minutes to go in the game. I mean, one way we can figure out who's better is go head-to-head. And, hey, Lamar won the head-to-head this year. Now, as soon as Josh Allen beat Patrick Mahomes, that's when he won the award. So we need to be honest with that, because that's literally how it played out. But I'm not going to act like Lamar don't deserve it. But Josh Allen definitely did what he had to do to get it. So
hey.
I can't front on that, and I won't front on that.
There it is, straight from Jason Jules podcast. Jason, before I let you out here, let the people know where they can find you at.
You can find me on Facebook with Jason Alexander. You can catch me on my Jason Jules articles that come out once a week, and you can catch my podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Same name, Jason Jules, man. Check me out.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you for calling in, Jason.
Hey, I appreciate you taking my call, man. Y'all have a good one.
Yes, sir. We got Sean Gurton on the Facebook live feed. He said it is a two-man race, Chuck. But check this out. Guess who he said the two people are?
Oh, let me hear.
Josh Allen and Saquon Barkley. That's the two-man race he thinks it is. I don't believe so. And he's only saying Saquon Barkley because he's an Eagles fan. That's the only reason. And he doesn't like Lamar Jackson, even though Lamar Jackson came from Louisville, so I don't even know why he's not hyping him up.
Listen,
Is Saquon having a great season?
Listen,
Absolutely.
listen.
I'm not taking.
Look, this is what I'm going to say.
Okay.
So part of my issue, and I was talking to Daniel about this, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, part of my issue has always been like with Philly, like. First of all, I don't think Jalen Hurts is a good quarterback. No. Let me retract that. Say nope. That is not what I'm saying.
That's not what you meant to say.
That's not what I meant to say.
That came out wrong.
I think he's a good quarterback, but I think that he's an overrated quarterback.
Okay.
Let me say it that way.
Okay.
And the reason why I'm going here is that because if you take all those, these are 1 yard touchdowns.
You talking about the tush?
The tush.
Okay.
These are 1 yard touchdowns that he's getting that you tried to tell me that Saquon Barkley could not get. Now, here's the thing. Saquon Barkley goes and breaks the rushing record and has all those touchdowns. I wouldn't care what Josh Allen does.
Right.
They're going to give it to him.
Right.
That's what's going to happen.
If that happens, yeah.
That's what would happen.
Yeah.
But he will never get there. I mean, he might be able to break the record, but he won't have the touchdowns to go with it.
Right.
So, I understand what Sean's doing, but if you remember, we can go back in the tapes and bring it up. What I've said in this whole dynamic when we talk about Lamar Jackson is, I've said it. I never thought that he was going to get it in the first place. It never mattered
what he was going to
do. Because
is it MVP fatigue?
The last guy that got the MVP 2 times in a row was who?
Brett Favre?
No.
Peyton Manning?
No.
Ooh. Tom Brady? No, one time.
No.
Pat Mahomes? No.
No.
Who was it?
It was Aaron Rodgers.
I was like, did he win it 3 times in a row?
He won 3 total. He won it 2 times in a row.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Lamar's won it in 2019, and then he won it again in 2023. Did I think that they were going to give it to him again? No. I did not. I never thought that. So I don't even think Lamar is even in the race. For conversation purposes,
I see where you're coming from.
From conversation purposes,
I see where you're
yes,
going with it.
He is. I don't think it's a 2-team. I don't think it's a 2-person race. I think it's a 3-person race.
Josh, Lamar, and
Saquon.
And Saquon. Okay.
But I don't think Saquon gets it, and I don't think Lamar gets it. I think it's Josh Allen's, and it's over with. That's what I think.
I'm right there with you, but I was going to say it for a totally different reason. I'm going to tell you my thoughts. Well, real quick before I get to this call, I know I got you on the line real quick. I was going to say the reason why I think Josh Allen was going to win is not only the remaining schedule is kind of weak, but at the same time, I feel like the voters are saying, well, look, he's doing more with less. He doesn't have a number 1 receiver. Doesn't have a number 1 running back. And he's trying to, he's got them 11-3, I think, at this point in the season. And voters are saying, look what he's doing. And you can make the case for Lamar Jackson, like, hey, he's got Mark Andrews. He's got Derrick Henry. Defense is whack, but at least he has things on the offense side of the ball to help him. Josh Allen really doesn't have a number 1. What team would Keon Coleman go to and be number 1 receiver?
He ain't even. I mean, I don't even know because he don't get the ball.
That's what I'm saying. So what Josh Allen is doing right now, he's doing more with less. So I think that's what the voters are looking at.
Well, let me also say this. I mean, Jason was just talking about the Ravens, Jason, and not winning the Super Bowl.
Now you can cancel Christmas on that, baby.
Nah,
that ain't happening. But anyway, we got a call on the line. Caller, what's your name, man?
You almost made me cuss you. I don't want to hear if Josh Allen's doing more with less. Because Lamar been doing it.
Lamar's been doing it, yeah, in the previous seasons, but not this season. So you mean to tell me Lamar's doing more with less?
Where is Ralph and Lello at? All I heard, because all I heard was numbers. And Lamar, correct me if I'm wrong, don't Lamar got 30, 33?
34 total touchdowns. 34.
I sent it to you. Let me go back to this motherfucking man. Oh, I'm sorry.
Now you good, Reggie. Reason why Dan
total touchdown.
Go ahead.
And 3 I swear, y'all gonna make my blood pressure go up, bro. I'm gonna go back on blood pressure medicine.
Man, he is so good. Abdul, you emotional.
This is
Time out.
Reggie.
Oh, Reggie.
Yeah,
Reggie.
First of all, both of y'all disrespectful. Aaron Rodgers has 4 MVPs, not 3.
No. I didn't. No. I said the last time the only person that's won it back to back.
He said the last person to win it back to back.
The last person that win back to back was Aaron Rodgers.
So he got 4 total, but 1 Super Bowl ring. But go ahead, Reggie, keep going.
All I heard through the years when Lamar was winning it, was numbers. Where's Ralph? First of all, where's Ralph at?
Ralph didn't come in today because he was scared of you. He knew you was about to go off today.
He knew you was gonna call.
He knew you was gonna call in. He didn't want to hear it, so he tried to run today.
All I heard was numbers. But now that it's Josh Allen that don't have the as many touchdowns. Now we want you MVP. Remember, didn't y'all do a segment last year where Daniel was talking about Lamar didn't deserve MVP?
We did.
Yeah,
we did.
Y'all did. But now the tide has changed, and now it's MVP. I told you, Ralph and Daniel are walking contradictions. It always comes back. Now Lamar is, 37 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. He has the better completion percentage. He has more yards. Just say Josh Allen has a better record. And head-to-head, who won?
Was it Lamar? Lamar won head-to-head, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
but Reg, I don't. But here's my thing, Reggie. I don't disagree with you at all. I'm with you 100%. I'm just saying that because of the way the media is and the way that it is viewed, I just don't like. I don't think Lamar even has a chance this year to get it. I don't think.
I'm glad Aaron Rodgers brought that up yesterday. Because he said Josh Allen's having a great season, but let's not say Lamar, look over Lamar the season that he's having. People won't say he's a runner and all that, but the season he's having is up there with almost the Aaron Rodgers season he had when he won back to back. So I'm saying just say that his record is better.
I mean, again, I'm not against either one of them personally. I'm just saying, I just look at the way things are, and all you got to do is pay attention to the narrative. The narrative that's out there. What Aaron Rodgers said is correct. You cannot overlook the numbers that Lamar is putting up because he's putting up phenomenal numbers. But then they look at Josh, right? Mm-hmm. Last weekend, what did he do? Put up 42, 49?
42 on the lines.
On the lines.
Right.
Oh man, this Josh Allen.
Right.
He's got less.
Yeah.
Right, and he's doing more. It's the narrative. It's the narrative, Reggie.
I'm gonna take a page out of Melo's book because when Lamar was doing that, he would say, "Well, the Lions is missing 8 players on defense. 8 starters. So I'm just gonna take a book out of Smith Melo's Daniels."
But that's a fair point.
That's fair though, Reggie. But again, all I'm saying is take away all of that and just think about the narrative that's being put out there on Josh.
I know the narrative. I know the narrative.
Yeah,
I hear it. Because Q started it off. Oh, he has Derrick Henry. Q, he had more. He been had more Andrew. Q.
I know it. He still ain't been to the Super Bowl. Go ahead, though.
But hold on. But then let me also say this too. Let's push back from the table real quick, and let's just look at this from a perspective.
Right.
When we talk about NFL quarterbacks, what is the image of an NFL quarterback? Does Lamar fit that image, or does Josh Allen fit that?
Josh Allen all day.
We know Josh Allen fits that image. Keyshawn Johnson said he said it because Lamar don't have commercials, but Josh Allen does and Patrick Mahomes does. It is about an image. You're right.
And so when you think about it, Lamar's got the Gatorade commercial, right? Mm-hmm. Now again, I'm not saying anything negative about Lamar.
Right.
I'm just saying that how things are perceived.
Yeah.
And so it's like here's Lamar. Here's his brother. He's got these braids. He's got the
Miami.
Yeah, he's not well polished. He's got the grill. Now that don't mean anything because he's won the MVP twice. But what I'm saying is he's got somebody to go up against him that's putting up numbers and doing this and that. It's just the narrative. That's all I'm saying.
I got you.
It's a good narrative. And I'm gonna leave a note on this, man. Don't let y'all have it. Q, y'all going home first round. Y'all see us. I'm gonna let you know it now.
Hey, don't start.
I'll let you know it now.
Don't you start. Don't you start.
You talking about Tampa? You talking about Tampa Bay?
Yeah, he talking about Tampa and Green Bay. Because right now, if the playoffs were to start now, Tampa and Green Bay would play each other.
And where's that game at?
It'd be Tampa because we got the 3 seed. They got the 6.
I don't think it matters. I think Green Bay still wins.
I'm about to talk to both of y'all.
Go back and see how many losses I said Green Bay might have this season. What, 4 or 5?
It don't matter. We sending y'all home first round. I guess I got to make another bet with you. Like you see what I made Moody do, right? You see what Moody's got. You see his profile picture, right?
Don't make that bet. You're gonna lose that bet.
Why not?
We're going to come to Tampa and eat some good seafood and go home, man. Go home and
hey, look.
I ain't worried about no Jordan Love. I ain't worried about the what's the runner Josh Jacobs. I ain't worried about none of them boys.
You need to worry about it.
I ain't worried about none of them. We ain't worried about none of them. We ain't worried about none of them. But Reggie, appreciate you for calling in, my guy.
No problem.
Yes, sir. See what you did, Chuck, man.
I didn't do nothing.
See what you get.
What did I do?
Matter of fact, no, you know what? I blame Ralph and Daniel. They left us with that nonsense. They knew Reggie was gonna call in today because, matter of fact, Reggie hit me up and said, "Ooh, make sure they and they ain't there."
But here's the thing: they knew the topics because they were on the post.
They were on the post.
So they knew the topics.
They knew the topic. I almost heard, I didn't know we was doing the show. I didn't know it. No. You seen it. You knew it.
They knew the topic.
You just ran from it. That's all that was. But Chuck, man, let's talk about this NBA drama we got going on. And it's not necessarily anything going on with, and that's my point, is that don't nobody know what's going on in the NBA because the ratings are so low.
The NBA is terrible.
The NBA has had a steadily decline of ratings over the past 4 seasons because, for one, it's a terrible product. For two, nobody wants to see some. Chuck, what was it last week? 48 missed threes between the Bulls and the Grizzlies, or the Bulls and the Jazz, I believe it was. And then 2 days later, they set a record for most three-pointers between two teams with the Mavs and the Warriors, was it? I think it was 40. What are we doing, Chuck, man?
Man, they have changed this thing into, it's just a 3-point game. Because they what have they said? They said that what we want to do is speed the game up.
Okay, and I'm cool with that.
All right, they want to speed the game up, and they want to see more scoring.
And I'm cool with that.
And so now the things we've talked about over the years, right? We talked about the players. We talked about the positionless players.
Right. Yeah.
We talked about now your 4s and your 5s are shooting 3. Wemby's 7'2" and he's shooting 3.
No. Wemby's 7'5".
I'm sorry, whatever it is, you get my point. And he's shooting 3. It's
in the 80s, you down there with Ralph Sampson, bro. Get on the block.
Now, let's take the game last night when the Bucks played.
Carl, I got you on the line. Just hold on for just 1 second. Go ahead.
To me, I think the Bucks are terrible. That's just what I think. But here's the thing: Oklahoma City is a better team than Milwaukee.
Right.
Why did they lose that game?
Because it was in Vegas?
No, they lost that game because they probably went something like 6 for 35 from the 3. And what did Doc Rivers say? In order for us to win this game, we have to win the 3-point battle. They went something like 6 for 35 from the 3-point. Instead of saying, hey, you know what? We're not hitting 3-point shots.
Let's get to the line. Let's get some of this mid-range.
Let's attack the bucket.
Giannis, get down on the block. Do what you do.
Let's attack these guys. No, they just kept shooting them, kept throwing them up, and got blew up by 20. It makes no sense. And they are the best team. Well, supposedly,
out west.
The best team out west, and really supposedly, other than the Celtics, the best team in the NBA. And so the game is changing, and it's all 3-pointers. So it's like,
did you see the crowd? Did you see the pictures of the crowd for the?
It's Vegas though. It's hard for you. I saw it, especially at the beginning of the game.
But
a lot of empty seats.
But what if it was Celtics and Lakers?
Packed.
That's my point. You got star power with that.
Well, yeah. Not only do you have star power, but you also got to remember. I mean, again, calling a spade a spade. Whether Milwaukee and Oklahoma City, nobody wants to see them.
That's what I'm saying. Nobody wants to see that.
Nobody wants to see them.
Because the NBA has done a poor job at marketing. And before I let Colin, I'm about to plug you in. Before I had a conversation on one of the posts in Beyond the Game, and I said, it's not like how we grew up, whereas if your favorite player wasn't playing for injury or whatever the case may be, the NBA still had other marketable global stars. You had Vince, you had T-Mac, Kobe, Shaq. You can go on and on and on. If your favorite player ain't playing now, you ain't watching the NBA.
Well, again, if you talk about Milwaukee, I guess your favorite player is either going to be Giannis or Dame. I mean, yeah. And on Oklahoma City,
Shea, maybe Chet.
All you got is SGA.
I was gonna say Chet, maybe.
And SGA, he ain't got no star. I mean, nothing against him.
Yeah, he's not marketable.
He ain't got no star power.
And this is what Stephen A. Smith was talking about with Jaylen Brown over the summertime that got Jaylen Brown in his feelings. He was simply saying that Jaylen Brown is just not marketable like that, but Jaylen Brown got in his feelings. But before we continue on with that conversation, we got a caller on the line. Caller, what's your name, man? Who is this?
Who is it?
Yo.
Who is this?
Q, you get a technical foul, bro.
Oh, Lord. We got Sean Gurton, the world's worst referee, on the line right now. Sean, go ahead, break it down to us with the MVP race, because I know that's what you was wanting to talk about.
Well, yeah. First of all, I am a big Lamar fan. I came on your show. I was in studio arguing for Lamar. You remember that, right?
Yeah, I got you.
So first, I'm a big Lamar fan. But I do think it has become a two-horse race. Josh Allen is way ahead, and more than likely he's going to win it, and deservedly to win it. But I think Saquon actually passed Lamar a couple weeks ago when the Eagles played the Ravens, and Saquon had, 265, 2 touchdowns, and the Eagles did a really good job on Lamar. I mean, he didn't play bad, but I think when you look at the two teams right now, it's Josh Allen, what he's doing, and what Saquon doing with the Eagles.
Well, you know what, Sean, you kind of sold me. Maybe Saquon might have inched ahead of Lamar Jackson. I can't give you that fully just yet, but I see where you're going with that argument, though. But I don't know if I would put just them, Saquon and Josh Allen. But you could maybe make an argument for that. You can maybe make an argument.
And you look at, Josh Allen's remaining schedule and Saquon's remaining schedule compared to Lamar. Lamar's got the toughest road because he's still got Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, and Cleveland, where Saquon got the Redskins, the Giants, and Dallas, and Josh Allen got Miami, New England, and
New England
and
again.
The Jets.
Oh, Jets. Okay.
So,
I think all the points are valid.
Right.
I just don't think it matters.
Yeah, because but Chuck is saying at the end of the day, the narrative is what's going to help get Josh Allen the MVP, not necessarily his stats, not his team accomplishments, his team record. None of that is going to matter because the narrative is so far gone out there for Josh Allen, he's not going to lose this MVP.
He's not.
Well, but you also got Josh Allen been balling his tail off.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, we're not saying that he's having a subpar season and they're just going to give it to him.
And I mean, even what he did in what they lost to the Rams, but he had 6 touchdowns, 3 running and 3 passes. I mean, you can't take it, and that's why like I said, he's going to win. I mean, there's got to be a total collapse by him in Buffalo and a surgeon from either Saquon even got to get 2,100 yards and break the Eric Dickerson rushing record, or Lamar just got to go absolutely nuts these last 3 games.
So let me ask you something real quick, Sean. So let's say Josh Allen continues on the pace for the last 3 games that he's had. Let's say he averages 250 yards, 3 touchdowns, right? But Saquon breaks the all-time rushing record. What do you do then?
I'd still say Josh Allen gets it, but Saquon would probably finish higher as the number 2 than he probably normally would have. And it'd probably be a lot closer race, but I still think, I like I said, I think at this point it's Josh Allen's lose, and deservedly so.
Real quick, before I get you out of here, Sean, did the Louisville fans think they had a chance against UK last week?
I'm going to say this. I think if Pryor would have played, and obviously he's hurt, I think we had a much better chance. Louisville, I didn't see the first half. I only got to see the second half. Louisville actually played pretty well. And I think, there's always somebody from Kentucky who ends up going off that normally doesn't go off. I mean, what's his face? I don't even watch Kentucky enough that you know who it was that had 33 points and hit 6 threes and didn't miss. I mean, there's always somebody like that. So, I think Louisville fans, we were hopeful. We had a chance, but I don't think we was totally confident that we was going to win, but we thought we had a chance. And then, listen to a lot of Louisville fans after the game, we're pretty encouraged about going forward.
You don't sound like it, Sean. You don't sound like you confident in Louisville going down the stretch. Go ahead, Chuck.
Look, I mean, I took the game and took Louisville plus 15.
You did?
Yeah.
Why'd you do that?
Because they had no chance of winning from the get-go.
Why'd you do that, Chuck?
I mean, again, that's from a betting perspective.
Yeah.
But the mentality, though, right? The mentality as a ball player, you always think you have you always feel like you got a chance.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they definitely had a chance at tip.
And then after that, chance was over.
And they had a chance, and they had a chance throughout the game. But at the,
Chuck, I mean, there was one point. There was a 4-point game, and Louisville had a three that, with their best 3-point shooter shooting it, that just didn't go in. And of course, Kentucky comes. I mean, you hit that, it's a 1-point game. But Kentucky come down, they hit a three. So you went from a 4 to a 7-point game just in one trip. So, you know, it was plays like that Kentucky made, and Louisville just didn't make enough of them.
again, I don't disagree with any of that, Sean. All I'm saying is let's take the Army-Navy game. The Navy's, Army's ranked 25 in the country. The Navy kicked their butts 31-14. Just put it on them. Just put it on them.
No Vaseline.
Put it on them. I mean, what's the point I'm trying to make? Anybody has a chance to win any game. But I would say in that game against Army versus Navy, most people thought the Army would win that game, ranked 25th in the country, and they've been out beating people. Mm-hmm. In this game, Louisville had a chance. Yeah, it was close all the time. I'm with all that. But at the end of the day, if you look at things strictly from a basketball perspective, when you line them up, when you line the teams up, and call it what you want to call it, Louisville never had a chance.
Never had a chance.
And I think most of that is due because of Louisville's injury. If Pryor and they had Johnson, Louisville could have won that game. But I would say this team will make the tournament.
I'm sure they will make the tournament. But we can never, all I'm saying is, I'm with you. We can never look at any of these sports games with the what if philosophy, right? Mm-hmm. Well, so and so was injured. So, I get it. But they still had to lace him up and go out there and play. And so with that being the case, with him being injured, that just validates my point even more by just saying that they were never going to win the game.
But I guarantee you, most Kentucky fans winning that game Saturday thinking they was going to win by 15 to 20 points.
It don't matter. They still won the game.
They still win.
Well, here's the thing.
Made it a little uncomfortable for them.
But here's the thing on that. The reason, if you went into that game thinking that you were going to just blow them out of the gym, then I would think that you're not smart because that's a rivalry game. And no matter what the situation is,
unless Kenny Payne's your coach.
Oh, well, yeah, that's true. Okay. But it's just like a perfect example of that, right? It's the Michigan and Ohio State game. Everybody in the country knew that Ohio State was going to beat Michigan. Mm-hmm. Everybody knew that. Mm-hmm. But the one thing nobody took into consideration,
it
was a rivalry game. And they knew, they was like, well, this is Ohio State versus Michigan in Columbus. Michigan ain't even ranked. Mm-hmm. And now they go, and Michigan goes in and beats them with the crappy team that they had. What does it tell you?
And you know what? Even I heard a lot of Kentucky fans say this, that both programs got the right man for the job.
The right man for the job, you said?
That's to be determined.
As the head coach, a lot of people, there's a lot of Kentucky fans look at Louisville and say, yeah, Kelsey's the right person for the job. And what Kentucky has done to this far, they believe Pope is the right fit for Kentucky.
Well, that's just because Pope didn't win some games.
But hold on. Let me jump in here on this one, Chuck, because I'm going to speak from experience with this one.
Yeah.
We thought the same thing when Hubert Davis's first season. He led us to a national championship game. How's he looking right now?
Yeah,
but why is that though? Is that a recruit? Is that an inability to recruit?
But say that's what I'm saying. So
what is that?
Let's give Mark Pope and Coach Kelsey. Let's give them some time. Let's give them a full year because after our first year, we thought we had something too. And then he couldn't recruit. He couldn't do this. He can't.
But the difference is, Q, both our coaches have head coaching experience before taking these jobs.
But it doesn't matter. He had such a successful first season. We thought we'd had the guy. We thought we made the right choice. Now, I'm not saying we haven't made the right choice, but based upon how the seasons have gone since then, it's looking kind of sketchy. So we got to give these guys some time and say we got the right hire after the first 2 months.
Well, I'll say this, too. Going back, if you look at Hubert Davis taking that job and then what has transpired since then, comparing that to where we are now, the biggest difference in all of that is one thing:
recruiting.
The transfer portal.
He can't get. We had Jasper. We supposed to have Jasper locked up. Now you see where he's at. But anyways, Sean, we appreciate you for calling in, my guy.
All right.
Yes, sir. We getting ready to wrap this show up, and before we get up out of here, we want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. We won't be on.
How?
Is that what you got later on?
No, man.
Okay. We get ready to get it on pattern here.
I'm gonna go put on my. You saw that? I know you saw that.
You playing Santa?
No, you saw that little posting with the wild Santa man. You know, bumping it on. What was he on? Was he on the bus?
On the bus. Is that you? Is that you? All right, that was Chuck. Go check out. But we get ready to get on the pattern here. We won't be here next Wednesday because it's Christmas, and the Wednesday after that is New Year's.
Unless y'all want it.
Unless y'all, no. But we got something special brewing for y'all with a high school show. We just got to get the date going, and we're gonna do a special edition Beyond the Game /
stay tuned
Big
for
Things
that.
Kentucky. We brewing on that. So we get ready to get on the pattern here. Happy holidays, happy New Year's, and treat somebody how you want somebody to treat your mama. We're about to stay, y'all. Peace.